Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome back to more Age of Darkness. Final stand, we are playing with the Volatist faction. And overall, I think things are going fairly well for us. We've cleared a pretty decent amount of the map, considering we haven't yet reached our second Death Knight. We're claiming a pretty good amount of resources. I've got a very large area exposed and available for expansion. Yeah, no, I think we're actually doing pretty darn well. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're doing pretty darn well. Can we keep the momentum, though? This is the question, and this is the hard part, honestly. If we can find a way to do it, we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and just keep clearing out some of these little groups and stuff, make sure that these guys don't become a threat. I do need to defend this iron mine. This is going to be a huge advantage for me. We are in the process of upgrading our braced keep so we can get even more gold generation. That is obviously our primary bottleneck. Extra houses and stuff are going to help with that for sure, but we would really benefit from finding some sort of a gold pile on the ground, if at all possible. Kind of like the iron is set up over here. If you can find one of those things, that really does increase your gold income by such a monumental amount. It's fan-flippin-tastic. Little guys coming through here in some of these little choke points, but to be honest, it's not even that bad. We're able to handle it pretty easily. Just need to make sure that none of these cultists die or anything. The big thing that I'm worried about is we've got to somehow manage to get a lot more of effectivity out of my units, considering they're all melee. Like, it's not easy exactly to use melee units very effectively in what is effectively a super tower defense kind of a game, you know? That's not the easiest thing to do. You can't have them run in. What you can do at some point, and we'll have to get this unlocked pretty soon, is get ourselves the, what is it, the foundry or whatever? Not the refined quarry. Siege factory, that's the one. Sorry, the siege factory. And apparently, I've slept on those little firewall guys, but they're actually really good, apparently. So I'm going to try experimenting with those in this particular run and see if we can't get anything a little bit better out of them. There we go. The fortified keep getting an extra 150 gold per cycle. I think there's like, what is it, 2 or 3 cycles per day night cycle. Might be right on that. Fishing port. We could actually start getting a fair bit of extra food if we're willing to start doing this. Now remember, the advantage of the fish is you'll be able to grab some gold pots, so to speak, out of the ground at some point, which is pretty nice. So right over here, that's a huge amount of food. Yeah, 27. I'll go ahead and place one right there. That's perfect. And every once in a while, we'll check by, see if any of their little fishing pots have any money that we can just click on and get that extra gold income. I forget about it all the time, but it actually is a substantial amount of extra gold and food. Let's go ahead and research the arbalist. We know we want that. And I am going to train out some extra archers using my excess gold. And let's move you guys up over here. And here's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, they're doing it right now. They're going to start drawing in some extra attention over here that I didn't really want. So, the ballista tower should be able to handle everything, though. We're okay. All right, so the question is, do we go toward the edge of the map and try to find a gold pile that we can defend early? Or do we go clear out more basic areas like this so we know we can defend our home base? That is the gamble that we've got to consider right now. And I'm not sure that it would be the right call to go to the edge of the map. You never know if you're going to even find one. I did set up another fire sconce over here just on the off chance we could get some range. And instead what I found is we are on the doorstep of crystal. Okay, that means we are undoubtedly going to be attacked in this location very, very hard at some point. It may be a little while, but it is going to happen. Right, well, I think that kind of answers my question as to whether we're going toward the edge of the map, though. We are not pushing into that right now. There's nothing good that comes out of that. Instead, let's go clear this area up over here. So we've unlocked the ability to get arbalists. Now, these do take 1,200 gold each, which is a problem. They're slow, but they have long range, and they do really good damage against large, deadly targets. So think of them as kind of like your snipers. We like these guys, and my entire defense strategy is going to hinge around having them. So the sooner we're able to get those online, the better. But again, we need kind of a lot of gold to make that work. We could go for upgrades to the house. And as long as I've got the stone to go around, and I actually am doing pretty well on stone, we should be able to get a lot of upgrades to these houses, and that actually will translate into a huge amount of extra cash. So I think that's the play. Oh, there's a really nice big stone deposit over here, isn't there? Yeah, that would be worth quite a lot of this stuff, quite a lot of stone. Still lacking in terms of population and such. I think we got to keep placing down houses, but let's just go ahead and see what kind of upgrades we can get. Let's upgrade a whole bunch of them. Boom. That's as many as I'm able to do at the moment with the amount of gold that I have. Amazingly, we didn't even get limited on the stone. It was the gold that limited us. All right, but we're going to go from 623 up by a pretty decent amount. Gotta get more food. Gotta find places to get more food. It's the only way I keep upgrading some of these houses. It's amazing to me how fast you can go through your food, to be honest. It doesn't feel like it should be that bad, but man, you really do go through it pretty quick. Sure, another 18 isn't outstanding, but I'm okay with placing one down over here. It just means more houses, more gold. More houses, more gold. That's what I care about. Does this make me a money-motivated person? Yeah, probably a little bit. I don't know. If we can research the refined farm, this would go a very long way. Get me some of that extra food, more houses, more gold. You guys sensing a theme here? Hero levels up to level 5. All right, that seems reasonable. Still don't have access to Serenity. This would be my big heroic ability. Enter a Dark Rage. He starts doing ranged damage instead with Dark Shards. Faster ability cooldowns, and enemies killed may drop Dark Essence? Shouldn't need that, if I'm honest. Maybe getting it early is nice. Dark Essence is something you would use going for some of your skills and trying to max out some of your upgrades for your units, which is kind of cool, but probably not what I need. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of upgrades as well. Damage increase is nice. I do want that. I also love having extra range increases, but damage, though, is so good. Let's just start with that. Then we could go for something like Eyesight. Could also go for upgrades for our siege weapons. Don't feel like I'm going to need that at the moment. Let's go ahead and grab a 15% boost in our range. We'll probably just focus mostly on damage after that. I don't know. I don't remember if the extra range helps any units if they're in a tower, but I do know that it helps a lot as we are roaming the map. So if I can make my Arbalists have longer range in a tower, that's worth a lot, but overall, damage is still king. I'm worried about those giants, okay? The giants that we had to deal with in the last run, those things are freaking awful. Yeah, we need to have ways of taking them down, and that's why the Arbalists are going to be so pivotal to me. One more day until the next Death Knight, by the way. We should be thinking about longer-term defenses. I'm going to be training up Arbalists. I think it is that time. Let's go ahead and get those up and running. And I think we just researched the treasury, which means we can now place these down and start boosting up a load of income. Nice. All right, the treasury is boosting up my house. Instead of 40 gold, we're getting 49 out of each of these houses, so that's worth a fair bit. Income has jumped up to 1,000 gold. Not bad. Not as good as I might have hoped, honestly, but it's not bad. I would really benefit from a lot more stone production, but I don't have a lot of good ways of getting that aside from researching things like the refined quarry, which is going to take a lot of iron in order to do, but honestly, worth it, because you upgrade this sucker, we start getting a whole lot more iron. What I'm waiting for right now is to basically find out where is the shoe going to drop, right? Where are we going to get attacked next, do we think? Are we going to be getting attacked on, let's say, this corner over here? What about up over this way? Like, where do I need to go? Where do I need to defend? Where do I need to start clearing things out so I can make sure I have an optimal defense? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. A third training hall, not a bad plan. I've got some Arbalists basically just sitting up over here and doing some damage. Honestly, I don't even need this Ballista Tower anymore. I could get rid of it, but I'm going to hold on to it for just a little while. Because some little guys were coming up here and trying to destroy my stuff, and I wasn't having any of that. All right, crystal active. Oh, of course, it's this one down Myaw. Wonderful. All right. Well, the good news is it's in a location where I already have been trying to prep some of my defenses. So that's not an outrageous thing. Let's go ahead and send the Arbalists down this way. We are going to need stronger walls for sure, and we're going to need more towers. Probably an extra ballista, just because I don't really have the time or the money to train up anything really good right now. But definitely an additional tower or two, where some Arbalists can sit up here and just start sniping down their strongest units. I'm going to take a bit of a risk here. I'm going to dismantle the ballista that was over here, so it's already paid for. And we're going to move it up over here with a fire sconce so that nothing new spawns in the area, and then I'm going to try to claim this with a quarry. 20 more stone is just too good of a store for me to just ignore. Gotta do something with that. Really wish I could have gotten the refined quarries up and running. As it is, though, I feel like we need to be training up more Arbalists, believe it or not. More Arbalists, and whether I even use them against the next wave is irrelevant. if we can instead... Oh, they're actually only 600 each. I thought they were 1,200. Well, never mind. We should get even more of them. But whether I use them for this defense or I start using them as part of my mobile defense force so we can clear out larger enemies instead of using cultists, doesn't really matter. I want them, want them, want them. You can literally never have enough arbalists in this game. All right, time to start moving the army down this direction. We've got some arbalists in place, so let's go ahead and move you guys up there. A couple more up over here. All right, so that's 5 towers plus 2 ballista. I'm going to say that the target is always supposed to be on the strongest, especially for the arbalists, because they can burn down the armor of the big guys. The ballista exists to deal with the trash mobs that actually manage to get all the way to the wall. That is their purpose in life. This is a good time to look around and just see where the fog is lining up, making sure that nothing is getting in my base or in an area where something can get into my base. Looks to me like we've done a really good job of keeping this all clear. We are fine. We are safe from the death fog. And crystal goes a poof. All right. How bad is it going to be this time? Worse, but not the worst. Towers have reduced vision and range. Actually, that means my ballistas are now useless. Oh, well, hello. That admittedly complicates things just a tiny little bit. Thanks. Well, I'm going to let some of my cultists and my hero just sort of sit here at the front line for a little bit then. We seem to be more or less okay. We're doing a huge amount of damage. These guys are not getting in where they want to be, and my towers should be picking these guys off. I'm only worried about their ranged boys. The ranged boys can become a problem pretty quick. Yeah, I'll be honest, this is actually going completely fine. We'll throw a crystal over here, just kill off some of the range guys and stuff, but yeah. No problems whatsoever. Gosh, dang, towers are so good. I don't know why I slept on them in the last series as long as I did. I really thought the ballista were going to be the killer, but no. No. These guys are great. Now, some changes did happen at some point not too long ago where arbalists got not nerfed exactly, but they weren't alone the best way of dealing with enemies because the way armor changed things up. So arbalists do lots of damage, but they're really good at shredding through armor, but they don't have as much technical DPS as an archer, in theory. So what you're supposed to do, at least in my opinion, what you should be doing, is mixing arbalists and regular archers in the front. And with all of them working together, especially the arbalists knocking out the armor of the big targets, the archers follow up with some extra DPS, and that, I think, is going to be your optimal solution. All right, daybreak approaches. We survived that wave, and honestly, we would have been fine with just one wall. We were great. So what blessing dosed we want? Drop resources? Nah. Extra vision radius? Or just cheaper buildings? Ooh, I mean, that's hard to say no to. 15% less resources. It doesn't help me as far as, like, training up, I don't know, my people and new arbalists, but it does mean I can ramp up my economy a little bit faster. Get those upgrades and stuff, you know? Cheaper upgrades for houses and stuff. My gold goes further, which means more units. Now, something I want to do is place down a trade bazaar, and I just got rid of a house to make some space for this. But this is going to let me start trading off excess resources, but it also is going to speed up my training time at all 3 of my training halls. And I consider that to be a pretty valuable thing. If I'm going to advance my economy, what do we need next? Well, it would be good to get a lot more iron. Iron is where I'll be able to start upgrading things like my farms, so that we'll be able to produce a lot of food without needing a lot more space to grow. It's where I can upgrade my quarries, my lumber yards, etc. Iron is going to be what helps get us going, so I need to find another really good deposit of that. Or, of course, gold. Well, there's an iron deposit right there. Oh, that's a big iron deposit right there. That might be the biggest iron deposit I've ever seen in the game. Holy crud. Yeah, we're taking that. Hey! Serenity has been unlocked. Yeah, if I place down a quarry over here, 18 iron is what I'd be looking at. That is a... Oh, shoot. That is a substantial amount of iron. I want it. I think I'm going to take it. I'm just going to go for it. Why not? 18 iron is just so very much. It's worth trying to hold it at all costs, I think. Definitely. I want it. Just waiting for daytime. Ooh, a gold pile. Not a very big one, mind you, but it's a gold pile. If I place a small quarry over here, at least another couple hundred or so gold per cycle. Yeah, this alone is worth as much, if not more, than the iron mine. So we have got to go and clear that area out too. That's the thing about getting further away from the center of the map. The rewards are just potentially huge. The problem I have with arbalists is they are very slow shots. And again, I think that's something that got rebalanced not terribly long ago. They take forever to reload. Do a lot of damage. They're great. But yeah, you run into those situations pretty quickly where it's like, oh man, can you please fire a little bit faster than that? Oh boy. All right, so fire sconces are now revealing some of these splody boys, the bursters. Yeah, I don't like dealing with them. I really don't. Okay, for that, at some point I feel like we just need to have an overwhelming number of arbalists. Like, a ridiculous number of arbalists. It's probably my only real hope. It's going to cost a lot of money every time we want to do this, but yeah, we've just got to start loading up on those things. At least until such a time that I want to start getting some siege engines. And then maybe that's another alternative option, but I don't feel like it's going to be. At least not for our roaming group. Siege engines are just too slow. Speaking of siege engines, just go ahead and take a look at building one of those out now. Siege factory? Yeah, I think so. Where do we place it? Good question. It'd be nice to have placed it within range of the trade bazaar, but that's not going to happen. Not placing you there because that blocks off some key walking areas. So I guess I still like keeping things kind of close to the center of my base. So I guess this will be fine over here. So what kind of goodies can I get at the siege factory? The flamer, that's what I have been thinking of. These things are supposed to be outstanding, honestly. Huge numbers of weak threats. You get like 5 or 6 of these. Sometimes you don't even necessarily need walls. You just start burning through all the little guys so fast you're not in any danger. That's where you have the arbalists take out the big guys, like the giants. And they're the ones that scare me. But just so we have some available for the next wave, let's go ahead and start training up some of these flamers. We can upgrade the keep one more time. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. Cost me a lot of my money, but hey, it'll pay for itself. The sooner you do that, the more gold generation you gain out of the arrangement, so it's going to be worthwhile. Ah, dang it. I accidentally just walked a couple of newly trained units straight into the enemy.
I'm ready.
Oh, that's going to hurt my score. It's not a huge deal. It's just like, oops, shouldn't do that. Well, we can get ourselves some more iron if we're willing to place down a quick quarry over here. And I am, though maybe not a refined one, because I feel like we're going to have a hard time defending this. I feel like the screen has been shaking a little bit. There isn't a giant out here already, is there? Oh, Lord. I could see that being the case. I would hate for it to be the case. Oh, gosh, I immediately just ran this guy right out there. This is the problem with having everyone hotkeyed into a single group! Whatever, it's nobody's fault except for my own. I fully accept that. I just feel bad, man. How much longer until the next death night? 3 nights to go. This is the part of the game where I start to feel like I'm falling off. Like there's a lot more that I should be doing than I am, and therefore I must suck. Come on, there's gotta be something we can be doing here that would be making a big difference, aside from just placing down a bunch of houses, which is like not even really a bad plan, when in doubt. But like, yeah, come on, what can we be doing? What can we be doing? How do I get stronger? More units, more gold, that's it. So what kind of an elite do we actually spawn over here out of curiosity? Oh, it's a giant spitter. Ah, I do not want to fight those. They can do so much damage. Right, maybe if I'm very careful, we can find a way to make this work. Hold on. First off, arbalists have to be the one to take this down. Hero exists exclusively for the purpose of kite, and kite-like hat. That is it and nothing else. Ow! Dash! Ha! Got it. Okay. Huge deal. That's going to get me some of the extra crystals I'll be able to use to start upgrading my units. Speaking of which, we should probably go ahead and use exactly that to get the Fury upgrade for my guys. Ignoring Horror doesn't strike me as that good. Honestly, I don't even care that much about health for my melee units. They're okay. I do care a lot about probably knockback increase and stuff. AoE range. I need to remind myself whether Ironworks is even worth getting if we're going for an army of flamers. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Whatever, we got our dark crystals. Let's go back to these guys and grab Fury for the 40% damage upgrade. Then we have fire arrows, critical cover, extra damage in towers. It's not bad. And then invisibility is a no. So fire arrows are solid. I don't remember if critical cover technically could be better or not, but I know you can't go wrong with fire arrows. They're just solid. All right. Well, at the very least, big section of the map getting cleared out over here feels pretty solid. Not unfortunately discovering any good resources to go along with that victory, though. If you're going to be fighting over territory, you want to get something out of the arrangement. I really want gold piles. Or stone, honestly. We could really use a lot more stone than I've been getting as of late. That'd be pretty nice. I see more iron, it looks like. It's not quite what I'm looking for, but I guess I'm not going to be sad to have it. I do really like the abilities of this hero. This dash ability just, it feels so good, you know? It feels like a really solid connection. Lets you do a lot of damage, clear out pretty large groups, and honestly, the stronger our hero gets, right, and the more it levels up and the more damage he does from his abilities, the better this is going to get. He literally will be able to swipe out massive waves all on his own. All right, so over here, refined quarry, I think. Yeah, another 16 or so iron is solid. Now we just find a way to get some simple defenses around it, which don't look impossible to get, so that's all right. I'm still training up more of these flamers. We got 3, a 4th on the way. I've got a whole bunch more arbalists and archers, so that is solid. Need to get more food going. But beyond that, let's see. Can we fit a thing over here? Not easily. We've got a decent amount of population to work with still, so that's all good. Just need a lot more cash. 1,300 coming in per cycle's not bad, though. That's pretty decent. Oh, I think I see a gold pile up over here. Okay, so this venture has all been worth it if that does come to fruition right there. Oh boy, you've kind of got a lot of goodies coming in over here. Tell you what, dash in! Whoosh! Yeah, love that hero. That's not a very large gold pile. Well, take it back. No, it's a bit larger than I gave it credit for. That's a decent gold pile. I'll take it. Heck yes. Yeah, I stand corrected. This is an absolute motherload of a gold pile. Holy crud. We're gonna get so much money out of that. Holy crap, we took on way too much all of a sudden. Holy crud, where did these guys all come from? Right, we hit way too many elites all of a sudden is basically what just happened. And now I'm in a lot of trouble. Oh no, don't lose the hero. Don't lose the hero. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. I wish we had literally any other abilities right now. That would be great. Holy crud. Yeah, we hit so many elites all of a sudden. Dash in, clear out these. Okay, good, good. I've lost almost all of my cultists, so we're going to have to rebuild all of that. Okay, but I kept my arbalists, and let's be honest, that was the most important thing. So I can regenerate my archers, and the good news is, since cultists rebuild pretty quickly, this shouldn't be too hard to replenish. Good lord, I think I can actually get even more gold out of this. There's like a second mine location right over here. I can get so much in this area. So stupidly much. Yeah. You know what? It's fine. It was a brave sacrifice. If we are able to get as much gold out of this arrangement as I think, we'll be able to replenish these units pretty quickly, and it was easily worth that trade. We just should have played that a little bit safer. I got greedy. One problem is I've really only got the hero now to do all the melee damage that I'm going to need and peel for these arbalists because they're very bad at defending themselves at the moment. Yeah, and that's why you need to have some cultists and other units in the front line. Need to have somebody. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I actually kind of think I might miss my my swordsman from long ago. All right, well, can I manage to get a refined quarry and hold it right here? So if I place one here and one up over here, so I need to make sure we do something like, I want this.
Moving out.
Do we have more gold over here? Oh my god, we do. Oh my god, we do. Oh my god. All right, this is good. We'll take this. 558 gold per cycle with a refined quarry. We just have to hold this with our lives. Nothing matters but this, all right? Oh gosh. I say that, and then there's kind of a lot going on. Can we stun you, get you out of here? Perfect. I've got some Horrify going on. It's fine, it's fine. Let's get a Fire Sconce. Got all of our reinforcements on the way. Daytime is hit, which means these guys are not going to be anywhere near as aggressive as they have been. But this is like priority number 1 for defense. There's so much income here. It is just everything I've been getting up to this point feels like a pittance. 651 right there, and then I can fit another one for 496. Good God! That is amazing. Yeah, I need to defend this place so hard. Oh, gosh dang it. How long have all these units been getting stuck over here? Right. Sell this.
Yes.
Hi. Hi. Oh, look at all these guys. We're free! Yeah. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Yep. Didn't mean for that to happen. It's fine. We'll just replace the training hall and leave a little avenue right here where people are going to be able to get out so we don't have that happen again. Good God, that means I got, you know what, on the plus side, finding out that you have a lot more units sitting around than you thought, that's not, you know, that ain't so bad. That's a pretty nice feeling. All right, well, I do think this is a good place for us to end this video. We've got another Death Knight on the way. But with this much extra income, if I can just manage the expansion, make sure we're getting plenty of food, iron, other fun stuff, we can definitely start cranking out a massive army now. I'm surprised we're not finding better iron and stone deposits, but gold is good. I'm happy with this. I am not complaining. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.